When it comes to your food, do you want it to be good or do you want it to be bitchin'? Well, it may sound obvious, but all you have to do is use Bitchin Sauce. Here to tell us what makes it special are Olivia Edwards and Robert Contreras. Thank you both so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us on.
Pleasure to have you. So let's talk about Bitchin Sauce. We'll talk about how it got the name in a minute, but how did it all get started?
So it's my sister-in-law Star's recipe, and she was actually a personal chef kind of before the whole vegan thing took off.
Yeah.
So she's been making this for a while and then just started to sell it at local farmers markets in San Diego.
And so she was vegan before it was even cool.
Yep.
That's a good story. And so tell us how the name sort of came about.
So we're from Carlsbad, which is in San Diego, and it's just a surf community. So we're kind of doing the whole 60s bitchin' sort of vibe.
I like it. It's a good way to market it. And we're looking at some of the pictures now. Let's talk about the kid on the tub. Who is that?
That is my nephew, Skipper.
And how come Skipper got to be on the cover?
He's just a bitchin' boy, I guess.
Perfect answer. He's a bitchin' boy, and he's on the cover of some really delicious sauces. So tell us a little bit about the process to make them. What makes it special?
So it's vegan. It's also gluten-free, non-GMO. It's almond-based.
Okay.
It's made from raw California almonds, and then grapeseed oil, lemon, nutritional yeast, Bragg's liquid amino acids, garlic, spices, and salt.
So simple ingredients. You know you're putting something good in your body. It also tastes good. And the fact is there's so many varieties and so many different ways to utilize them. Robert, tell us about some of the recipe ideas.
Yeah, so I love using Bitchin Sauce on almost anything I can. A couple easy ones, you put it on a burger, just lather it on either side, depends, I know there's a lettuce argument, it goes on top of that.
The emoji argument.
Yeah, the emoji argument, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you can also use it very creatively. So it's made with a grapeseed oil, it's high heat oil, feel free to cook with it. My favorite thing, I have two favorite ways to use it. You can chop up some potatoes, throw those in a bowl, throw some Bitchin Sauce in with it, lather them up, and then just throw those right in a pan. Maybe just a little bit of oil with it. And then what you're gonna end up with is some very crispy potatoes with a nice, I use the chipotle flavor, end up with a nice chipotle, smoky, crispiness on the outside. Yeah. Conversely, I just found this one the other day in an experiment. I was making some fried chicken, and my egg mix just wasn't quite right, so I took a little Bitchin Sauce, threw that in there, it thickened up, started grabbing a ton of bread, and then it just turned out with the crispiest, most flavorful breading that I've almost ever had in fried chicken.
Feels like we're on the Food Network or something. I mean, that's just a couple of the great ideas. I mean, we're seeing some of the pictures stream by of other ingredients or other recipes that people have made. They posted on Instagram. There's one of them, for example. I mean, avocado toast. You got this delicious, vegan-looking, probably veggie burgers with some Bitchin Sauce on top. And where can people go and get this Bitchin Sauce?
So here in Tucson, we're in a few stores. We're in Whole Foods, Natural Grocers. You can find us at the Food Co-op down on 4th. And then, what's the other one? Alta Vida. Okay. We're also on Aqua Vida.
Got it. And I'm sure there's a lot of recipes also online that people can get more information. They can go to your website, of course, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask each of you what your favorite flavor of Bitchin Sauce is, because there's several varieties. What would you say is #1 for you? Olivia?
Chipotle.
Chipotle?
Chipotle for sure,
Okay,
yeah.
Robert, you were kind of mentioning Chipotle too.
Yeah, so Chipotle is my favorite, but lately I've been really stuck on the pesto. It's dairy-free, which is, rare for a pesto, but it tastes exactly like pesto, and I keep putting it on everything lately. Yeah,
there's such great flavors. I mean, Bitchin and saucy again, different pesto, original. I mean, there's really so many uses for it. It's good for a dip. It's good to add on to things. People really have to go and try it. I think they're going to think it's bitchin', and they're going to be converted to the Bitchin Sauce life. So I want to thank you both so much for joining us, telling us all about it. Really, it looks delicious, and I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Have a bitchin' day.
Of course, you too. Now you have to give this a try. Bitchin Sauce. Dip, spread, or smother on your favorite savory food. To find a retailer that sells it or to learn more, please visit bitchinsauce.com or call 760-683-9107.